The Galactic Military Academy's auditorium fell silent as Commandant Zeichster's crystalline appendages clicked against the podium. 300 cadets from 67 species sat in perfect formation, their dress uniforms pressed, and medals gleaming under the station's artificial lights. This was graduation day, the culmination of 4 brutal years of training that would transform them into officers of the Galactic Defense Fleet. Honey adjusted her position in seat 43A, tucked away in the back corner of the auditorium where the lighting didn't quite reach. The human woman kept her breathing steady, her posture relaxed but alert. She'd spent the entire semester in this seat, attending every lecture, completing every simulation, yet her name appeared on no roster. To the Academy's bureaucratic systems, seat 43A was empty. The Commandant began calling names. One by one, cadets rose and marched to the stage to receive their commissions. The Velkari moved with fluid grace, the Thraxians with thunderous pride, the Kixian delegates with mathematical precision. Honey watched them all, memorizing gaits and behaviors, filing away tactical information that her training demanded she collect. Harry Chen, Tactical Analysis Division, the Commandant announced. A lean human man rose from seat 27F, his dark hair regulation short, his uniform bearing the marks of academic excellence. Harry's eyes flickered briefly to seat 43A as he passed, the smallest acknowledgement that would go unnoticed by everyone except Honey. They'd worked together on 3 classified simulations this semester, though officially he'd completed them solo. The Academy's records showed Harry as a brilliant but solitary strategist. They didn't show his partner. Harry received his commission and returned to his seat. The ceremony continued through the alphabet, species by species, until only a handful of names remained. Then something unprecedented happened. A service drone entered the auditorium, its anti-grav motors humming softly. Murmurs rippled through the assembled cadets. Drones never interrupted graduation ceremonies. The machine approached the Commandant and extended a sealed container bearing the mark of the Galactic Defense Council itself, the highest military authority in known space. Commandant Zeichster's skin flickered with confusion, bioluminescent patterns revealing his perplexity to anyone who could read Velkari body language. He accepted the container and broke the seal. Inside lay a single medal, the Star of Valor, awarded only for actions that saved countless lives under impossible circumstances. The Commandant's voice reverberated through the chamber. This award is designated for the Unregistered Cadet in seat 43A. 300 heads turned in unison. The auditorium's environmental systems seemed to hold their breath. Harry's knuckles whitened as he gripped his seat's armrests. Honey didn't move. This wasn't part of any plan. The Star of Valor was supposed to go to Harry. He'd been the one to submit the after-action report from the Xerxes station incident. She'd made sure her own involvement was scrubbed from every record. "Will the occupant of seat 43A please come forward?" Zeichster commanded, his confusion giving way to authority. Honey calculated her options in milliseconds. Stay hidden and let the moment pass into bureaucratic mystery, or step forward and compromise 4 years of careful invisibility. But the Star of Valor didn't appear by accident. Someone at the highest levels knew she existed, which meant her cover was already compromised. She stood. The collective intake of breath from 300 beings created a pressure shift in the auditorium. Most cadets had never noticed seat 43A was occupied. Those who had assumed she was a visiting observer or administrative error. Honey walked down the aisle with the economical movements of someone trained to minimize presence, not maximize it. As she reached the stage, every instructor in attendance displayed some form of shock. Honey was in their classes, in their simulations, in their training exercises. How had the Academy's most sophisticated monitoring systems failed to register her for 4 years? Commandant Zeichster's bioluminescence flickered rapidly, the Velkari equivalent of stammering. "You are." "Honey Trask, sir." Human, Earth Defense Intelligence Corps, on extended observation assignment to the Galactic Military Academy. The auditorium erupted. Cadets shouted questions. Instructors activated communication devices. Harry remained perfectly still, though a slight smile touched his lips. Zykster raised an appendage for silence. Explain yourself, Cadet Trask, or should I say Agent Trask? I'm not an agent, sir. I'm a student. Earth requested permission to send an observer to your academy 4 years ago. The request was approved by the Defense Council but apparently never processed through Academy administration. I reported as ordered and took my seat. When no one questioned my presence, I continued attending classes. Impossible, declared Instructor Vorn, the Thraxian combat specialist. Our security protocols would detect any unauthorized presence. Human stealth doctrine, Honey replied simply. We've learned that the best way to hide isn't to be invisible, it's to be unremarkable. I attended every class, completed every assignment, participated in every exercise. I just never submitted anything for grading, and ensured I never stood out enough to warrant individual attention. This was partially true. The whole truth involved Earth's military intelligence community testing, just how advanced human infiltration techniques had become compared to galactic standard security. Honey was proof that humanity's evolutionary history of persistence hunting and pattern recognition made them exceptional at blending into complex social environments. Harry finally spoke up. The Xerxes Station incident, she was there. Zykster's attention snapped back to Honey. Explain. 3 months ago, Xerxes Station, a civilian installation housing 20,000 beings, had suffered a catastrophic reactor failure during a surprise Krellian raider attack. The training fleet had been 3 hours away. Every tactical analysis said the station was doomed. But Harry had transmitted an impossible solution, a series of coordinated microjumps using the station's emergency thrusters that would both evade the raiders and prevent reactor meltdown. The maneuver required calculations that no single mind could perform in the available time. Harry had been credited with the achievement, his reputation as a strategic genius cemented. The Academy's investigation never questioned how a cadet had accomplished something that should have required a full tactical team and AI support. Cadet Chen provided the strategic framework, Honey said. I handled the real-time calculation adjustments. Human neural architecture processes certain types of spatial mathematics differently than most species. We worked together through secure channels. You saved 20,000 lives, Zykster said slowly, and allowed another cadet to take credit. Harry submitted the solution. He deserved recognition. I was just glad we found an approach that worked. The commandant studied her for a long moment. Around the auditorium, cadets were accessing their personal data units, cross-referencing mission records, finding the gaps where Seat 43A should have left traces but didn't. The Defense Council sent this medal, Zykster said, lifting the Star of Valor, which means they know about you, have known perhaps for some time. Honey met his gaze steadily. I wouldn't know, sir. I'm just a cadet who found an empty seat. The commandant's bioluminescence shifted to a pattern Honey had learned indicated grudging respect. Agent Trask, and you are an agent, regardless of your protests. The Galactic Defense Council has sent a commission along with this medal. You are hereby granted the rank of lieutenant and assigned to advanced tactical operations. You will also continue to serve as Earth's observer to this academy, though I suspect with somewhat less anonymity than before. He pinned the Star of Valor to her unmarked uniform. The medal felt heavy, real in a way that 4 years of ghost-like existence hadn't been. Lieutenant Harry Chen, Zykster continued, you will be assigned as Lieutenant Trask's tactical partner in advanced operations. The Council notes that your combined performance at Xerxes Station suggests humans operate with unusual effectiveness in paired configurations. Harry stood and saluted. His smile was genuine now. Yes, sir, thank you, sir. As the ceremony concluded and cadets began filing out, many approached Honey with questions, congratulations, or simple curiosity. The human woman who'd been invisible for 4 years was suddenly the most famous graduate in Academy history. Later, as the auditorium emptied, Harry found Honey standing near seat 43A. "You could have stayed hidden," he said quietly. "Let the medal become a bureaucratic mystery." Honey shook her head. "Someone at the Defense Council wanted me visible, probably figured humanity's stealth capabilities had been proven enough. Time to show we can operate openly too. Are all human intelligence operatives this good at disappearing?" "Not all of us," Honey admitted. "But humanity spent most of its evolution as both predator and prey. We learned to notice everything and be noticed only when we choose. The galaxy's still figuring out what that means now that we're among you." Harry considered this. The HFY crowd back on Earth is going to love this story. They can't know about it for another decade minimum. Classification. "Fair enough." Harry extended his hand. "Partners." Honey shook it firmly. "Partners, though next time maybe we both get to sit in registered seats." "Next time," Harry agreed. "We're probably going to be somewhere a lot more interesting than a classroom." They walked out of the auditorium together, two humans carrying medals that represented very different paths to the same achievement. Behind them, seat 43A sat empty once again, waiting for whatever invisible student might claim it next. But the Academy's security protocols had been updated, human stealth tactics added to the curriculum, and across 67 species, military strategists were asking the same question. If one human could hide in plain sight for 4 years, what else might humanity be capable of? The answer, as the galaxy would gradually learn, was far more than anyone expected.